We all have goals and ambitions. We all have dreams. Most of those are supported by others. Life, supported by others. You might think you can do it on your own, but you can't. When you hear of hospice, you have an initial thought. I have an initial thought. We all have an initial thought of what hospice is. But hospice wouldn't be there unless people dug deep, did things they're not used to, come out of their comfort zone. Hospice is a place, we're not talking about a comfort zone. We're talking about a place here where people work, people thrive, people try to recover through illness, terminal illnesses, life-threatening illnesses. It's a place of work, but it needs more than that. It needs the whole community to come together, and not just for one occasion, not just for Ed's run. Enjoy tonight. It inspired me. It's very emotional, but there's more to it than this. We can all add to it. So please enjoy the night. Leave with a heavy heart if you want to, but just realise that hospice is there. Hospice is somewhere to lean on with nothing in the way. It's there for all of us, and we will need it. So 210 reasons with Ed on the way. Tremendous achievement. 210 reasons? What's your reason?
I think the 210 project, it's been really cool to be a part of because it's big box thinking. And it's not big box thinking in terms of the money, it's how can we absolutely fully engage a community that will get behind something. Ed and I sat down when he finally said yes to Dancing for a Cause and brainstormed what a fundraising campaign might look like. And then it started to come together, Ed's history in running and his passion for running. No one had ever done anything like that before for fundraising for Dancing for a Cause, and we had to reach out to my mate Todd, who not only would film it beautifully, but would understand it's bigger than the film and it's bigger than the run. And with the right people involved, you've just seen what can happen.
This campaign was me and Ed at Pick's Peanut Butter Factory having a coffee, and I became completely emotionally and physically consumed by this project. And that happens. That happens in lots of work I do, but from the second I left there, I had ideas for music. I made a playlist of music and I just listened to that on repeat for months and months and months. Thinking of shots and stories and words and how this can be pieced together. So it was just a complete obsession that culminated in everything we imagined.
What this is a really an amazing example of is how when a community pulls together and different parts of that community coalesce on something that they feel is worth doing, it can have remarkable outcomes. Because this has been about people like Todd, as well as Ed, and a whole heap of others pulling together to make this whole event possible. You know, to think that an event like this in Nelson Tasman has had, whether it be through Facebook or whatever other medium, close on 500,000 eyes across it is just truly unbelievable.
When we came back to the UK, we knew my mum was bad, but we didn't know how bad, we didn't know how long. It could have been a month, it could have been years. We had about 6 months with her, so but then that time was really precious, you know, her holding Florence and holding Liv's hand and they'd been with her. So I think she was really pleased for those moments, but would never have said it. And I don't think it was a conscious choice. You know, I don't think she was trying to be a martyr. I think she was just, the only way she knew was to put others first. So everyone thought she was this quiet person, but deep down there's, you know, real fight. And so should have been scared for me, should have been worried for me, but she would have should have been super proud. I'm just visualizing her when I was lying at the aid stations. And, you know, Liv was amazing. It would have been the same, you know. Someone who's just cares, really cares, deep down cares, and you know, that was what Liv was doing. That's what my mum did all my life. You know, someone who's, I want you to achieve your goals, but I want you to be safe. Should have been very proud.
I retired from work just at the point when we found out Kath had got cancer. That was 2009, and consequently we spent 7 years with various treatments. As the end became clear that she would either could stay in the hospital or come home, and it was her wish and mine that she came home, which she did for 3.5 weeks. The hospice was lovely, the local hospice, and in fact I used the local hospice, St Christopher's Hospice, just for my grieving process about a year later.
That was huge, actually, because Ed's mum really wasn't well. She came home knowing that she was going to pass away at home, and he was amazing. It was really hard because it was always there and it was on everyone. So Ed would take her to the toilet and, you know, help her with that and do things that I don't know if I could do watching someone else. I would hope I could do it for my family, but there were things when he had to change. I can't remember what it's called. There was a bag that released fluid from a tummy area, and he would have to change that and put the tube in, and I couldn't even watch that, but Ed just seemed to do it really happily, didn't complain at all. But yeah, it was hard watching that.
That leads me back to you, 'cause you're not so far away. I hear you say you'll never walk alone. Singing, don't be afraid of the dark. In your heart, you're gonna find a way to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. You're gonna find your way. Don't be afraid of the light. It's alright. You're gonna find your way to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. You're gonna find your way.
So she was Nana to then. Caleb's mum was Granny, and she was Nana. Yeah, should have been a cool Nana to them. Should have done a lot of cuddles, should have done a lot of reading with them, a lot of drawing. Should have provided a safe space for them when they needed a gap, when they needed to just trust someone. she didn't get to meet Hugo. She saw a scan. And that was really special to her. I don't know how long before passing, but there was we went for a scan for Hugo, and so she would have known we were having a boy and that they were healthy. And so she's met them both.
Don't be afraid of the dark in your heart. I'm gonna find your way to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. You're gonna find your way, find your way, find your way. Don't be afraid of the light. It's alright. You're gonna find your way to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. You're gonna find your way, find your way, find your way, find your
Don't be stressed.
I won't. I'm good now. Good luck, honey. Kitty's will be thinking about you. You okay? It's weird. It kind of feels like a nervous race kind of thing, doesn't it? Everyone's in your own time. I love you. What are you nervous about, honey?
Everyone, 25 seconds to go. Thanks for all your amazing support. We're here 2:59 and 42 seconds, Saturday morning, 1st of Feb. About to run 210k for hospice. Let's get it done. Livy, it's a countdown of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gotta go. Can't be late. See ya, mate.
Godspeed.
See you soon, sweetheart. I love you.
See you, Stoke.
What do you say?
See you in Stoke. He's off.
Come with me and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a
Love you, darling. You're going way too fast. Slow down. It's not a race. See ya. Love you. Bye.
with a spin, traveling in the world of my creation. What we'll see will defy explanation.
Within about 2 or 3 minutes, they all came real. I was like, so everyone's eggs you up, it's going to be great, and then it's you've got to do it, and you got a crew that was unbelievable, and I'll talk to that. But the reality is, you've still got to do it. It's 3:02 in the morning, and you're on your own, and you're going to suffer for 2 days, and you better sort your head out now.
To compare with pure imagination, living there you'll be free, if you truly wish to be.
I started off with a run-walk strategy. I did 15 minutes jog and then 15-minute walk. And when I walk with purpose, so for me, that's about an 8-minute 40K. And I did that to Takaka. And the guy joined me for 2 hours, which was awesome. I ran a bit quick with him. I should have slowed down a bit. And that was beautiful for him to come out. It was interesting because everyone's like, oh, we'll see you at the start, tire cooker, and I'd given it all this chat. Well, I know what time I'll be there, because that's just, you know, the first stop, which is 50k, which is an ultramarathon, and you're starting to deal in big numbers when you're belittling 50k. But it was interesting because as I was running, I was like, if this was a 5k, you'd be tired after 3k. At the start, it's a really beautiful thing when you come to terms with, I'm out for 2 days now. Then it's not like I'm going for a jog and I'm out.
Hey, sweetheart. Pop up the water. It's okay. Sorry.
Look, then we've got it, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And how's the knee and the
Knees, not too bad, just a bit average, but it's all right. Stomach's wanting to settle but hasn't. Pretty average and lousy, but that's good to find. So. Still got far away to go, haven't we?
Oh, have you?
we reckon about 9 to 10k to Tarkingus, so
That went down.
The right way.
I wasn't shocked at 10k. Well, I'm going to go.
See ya. Graham was a legend.
See ya. Keep careful watch of my brother's songs. And should the sky be filled with fire and smoke, keep watching over Jorin's sons. If this is to end in fire, then we should all burn together. Watch the flames climb high into the night, calling out for the light. Stand by and we will watch the flames climb.
I've told Liv that you're going through it, so we might had stomach cramps for 4.5 hours, so that's not been ideal. That's what she's put on. I'm not going to carry mine.
We should all die together. Raise a glass of wine for the last time. Calling out for the Lord. Prepare as we will. Watch the flames burn all along the mountainside. Desolation comes upon the sky. Now I see fire.
I wasn't at a point where I hadn't hit the point of not being able to go. I just, deep down, all the signals were, I've been here before, I know what happens now, I know this unravels. That was there. It became very clear when Louis joined me and saw me at Tarkuka. He was like, you're sweating way too much, your hydration's shocking, you've not had enough food, look at your face. And like just lectured me to pieces.
I'm going to spend 5 minutes.
You've done so well time-wise.
Well, I'm 12 minutes late.
Wow.
I was really annoyed about being late. I was on schedule, and then I wasn't. I've kind of mentally been fine. It's been harder than it always is, but it's like adrenaline, stress. There's so many factors that you're not used to. So, but my response has been good every time, so which is cool. Can I get a photo of these beautiful signs? Thanks, guys.
Dude, hold the go.
This is Todd, he's doing a documentary on it. Cheers, guys. It's my running crew. Thank you so much for coming over, Tony.
Don't be silly.
No, I'm going to stay for a couple of minutes and then I'm going to push on. Quite funny this morning. Set off and then a few bit, family there and stuff, and then about 10 minutes later, just like, all right.
You're on your own.
I'm like, I better settle in.
For the last time, calling out Father. Prepare as we will watch the flames burn.
Yeah. Would you want a one like that for me?
Yeah. Just for your water, because we're going to need more water. What do you think? How often can we fill up the water?
I think it was about kilometer 67. We're about 2k from the top of Tarkaka, and we walked up Tarkaka really well. We went from Tarkaka to the top of Cannon Downs in 2.5 hours, which in an impressive ultra was, that was good movement for that time. So it wasn't a physical thing, but about 2k to the top, I said to Louis, it was the first time I'd opened up to him, I was like, I'm pretty scared about this. I was like, I don't know how this is physically possible. He said, you don't even need to worry about the race. All you need to do is eat and just do what I tell you.
Well, we have just come over this hill from Takaka, leaving Golden Bay and going back over to the Nelson area. It has been pretty muggy. Ed is very brave. He's doing really well. We have to make sure we stay on top of hydration. But we are moving well. We're definitely on schedule. At the moment, it's really just moving and it's not a race, so we have to be patient and just make sure we are ready for the big push towards the end tomorrow. But we're doing well.
Blood in the breeze, and I hope that you remember me.
I put a lot of faith in them. I was very disciplined at listening to them. I didn't counter anything with my own view. I did listen to them. I put full faith into them, so which was a good decision. And at Cannon Downs, I ate well. I was really scared. I knew I was scared about running down the road. I'd been worried about that from the start. I didn't think that was particularly safe.
Too close to the flame, calling out Father. Oh, hold fast and we will watch the flames burn up on the mountainside. Desolation comes upon the sky. Now I see fire.
I ran the whole way down the road and it ran quite well. I was nervous though of cars. It's weird, you just get a bit vulnerable. You're not sure you can defend yourself. I'm not sure I can hop over a railing as quick as I'd normally do. I can't defend myself. I can't get out of the way. So you are vulnerable because you just don't feel strong enough. But running down the hill was really good. And I knew the Dancing for a Cause team would be at the junction at Kaito, and I was excited by that because those guys did not need to be there, and I knew they'd be there.
For if the dark returns, then my brothers will die. And as the sky is falling down, it crashed into this lonely town. And with that shadow upon the ground, I hear my people screaming out. I see fire inside the mountains. I see fire burning the trees. I see fire hollowing soul.
Okay, well we're just here on the side of the road coming to watch Ed do, I think he's done about 100k now, so we're pretty excited. He's going to run past and get some photos and clap and cheer him on. Look, it is just amazing. He's a true hero. I don't think there's any other way to describe it. This guy, I don't know, look, wow, go Ed. Brings tears to my eyes thinking about how proud I am.
And I see fire burn on the mountainside.
We're all following along, mate. Thank you. Thank you so much. I do, it means a lot. I couldn't really check my phone because I had a slight stomach problem for a while. Had a few issues. Yeah. Just been struggling. By about 4 AM I felt rough, so but it is what it is. So. I was going to try and squat down there, but I just fall. I'm not. Oh, that is keen. Oh. Yeah, I know. It's quite a nice stretch. We walked from where the team had met us, the Dance for a Cause team met us, starting to work our way around to the river, the Motueka River there, and yeah, so Louis was with us, we watched a wasp fly bang into his eye, and then fly out, and I was cracking up laughing, and then it was in a terrible way, and all he would respond was, I'm fine, and as his eye was turning into a cricket ball, I knew it wasn't, and it gave me about 5 minutes respite actually, because the focus wasn't on me, and I actually really enjoyed the moments of the run where I was looking after other people, because it took away from me. So when, though, you know, you don't want anyone suffering, obviously, but the times when there was some attention to Nick, Louis, it was nice to play that role. That was an easier role for me to play, and it distracted me. And I forget kind of how it played into the night, but as we eased into those back roads, it started to get really hard again, like mentally. And I was on loop of, I want it to end.
Like a song on the tip of my tongue.
And I was probably at the point, if there were no cameras or anyone there, that was probably the point of, this is too much suffering for my own ego. Like, this is not a level of suffering I'm willing to tolerate for any objectives I had outside of hospice. So that was probably my tipping point. We continued through the night, and that was down Baton Road, and they were the bad times. I was in a really bad way. I had the most unique tunnel vision I've ever seen. If you can imagine just looking down a pipe this wide, and that is all I could see, and it was black everywhere and then vivid in the middle. And I was testing, and I was putting my hand up, and I'd see my hand and put it back, and it was pitch black. And I couldn't work it out, and I was doing that, and I just had complete tunnel vision, the narrowest of tunnel vision that just produced the essential vision that my brain needed to function to step. It offered me no more vision than that.
I wish I could tell you just how it feels, staring into the blackness of the spinning wheel, over and over and over again. It feels like this keeps happening. You fell in love with a dying star, failing living a broken heart. If you can love me for all that I'm not, I'll give you the rest of what I've got.
I started to see shadows, and when you see shadows, I knew the hallucinations would come, but they didn't really come that bad. But I went through this phenomenon of starting to not recognise people, and I looked at Nick, who'd been with me for 8 hours, and I was just staring him in the face. I knew he was a friendly face, but I didn't know why he was here, and I didn't know where I knew him from. And this continued for 2 or 3 hours as I just meandered through the night. And I think my crew thought I was in a really, and I was in a bad way, but I was quite determined. I was in quite a good marching mode. I was like, I'll get it done. And we went down Badham before you kind of cross the bridge and off on the Taste Driver towards Capoeira. I was scared. Like, I was scared of the level of suffering I was going through. Like, my body was telling me, this is hard. This is really hard. You've got to find an exit. You've got to find an exit from this. And that's, you know, what I knew. I knew on a personal level, this is where you exit. You don't go past this point, because I'm not sure how you could justify it to yourself unless you had that why.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me Speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom.
Yeah, so Tupperware was a very hard but special moment. And I knew in preparation it was really important to me. Anita's an amazing human, and her family had wanted to sponsor a kilometer 157 in memory of her father, and had been buried in that cemetery recently. And so we went into the cemetery together, me and Anita, and we stood directly in front of where her father's buried, and we just held each other, and it was silent, and we both knew why we were there. We both knew how much care and love was there. We didn't need to come up with words to soften the moment. The moment was the moment. The moment was real. Can't soften it. Someone's father. And then we hugged. I said how proud I am to know Anita. And turned around and felt really, really motivated at that moment. And it became very, very apparent to me, this is not about me. This is about Anita. This is about each and every kilometre. This is about hospice. And I left there along the road with real purpose. And it was a special moment because too often we try and soften the moment. Too often we avoid the moment. Too often we bullshit out of the moment. But in that moment, we just stood there together, accepted the harshness of life. And Anita told me how proud she was of me supporting hospice because of the incredible work they do. And I went off very, very clear on my why.
Things got pretty dark, also metaphorically. He had met a few demons, but he was very brave and pulled through. You know, the one thing, he never denied food, you know, and if he can keep an athlete fueled, you know, he just kept moving, you know, he was really tired, started falling asleep, but no, his attitude was pretty amazing, you know, and his body's holding up. So, pretty impressed. And he's moving towards the finish line, which is really cool. And with a bit of luck, he will finish in daylight today.
The hospice's main function is to look after patients and the whānau of patients, those patients who have a life-limiting illness, usually a terminal illness. Funding is a real challenge, and year by year that challenge gets greater. Right at this moment in time, we have about 50%, just under 50% of our funding coming from government, and the rest we have to raise. So that reflects a number of things. First of all, the importance of work that we do with our retail shops, the relationships we have with the community, which provide the engagement for donations, for other fundraising activities, for events, and also the opportunity to talk to the community about things like bequests from individuals.
What I'd be without you. if you should ever leave me, the life would still go on, believe me. The world could show nothing to me, so what good would living do me? God only knows what I'd be without you. God only knows what I'd be without you. God only knows what I'd be without you.
I just thought I've got to lean into myself for fundraising. I thought, you know, I don't have a school network here. I don't have a family here. I don't have from here. I don't have that, but I do have the courage to do something different. That was my view, you know. So, and I was determined to bring my fundraising to people rather than them come to me. I was pretty daunted by the fundraising because I thought most people could probably lean into their network. I don't have that. I'm introverted. I'll be with my family. I don't hang out with anyone in town. Like, that's not me. My spare time, I'll go for a jog up a hill. Might go for an odd sauna, and then that's about it. And so I was like, that's not going to be easy fundraising. I'm starting from scratch. So I just thought, I'm going to go big. And then you raised the bar on me. My view was, I'll raise 21k and I'll get 21 people to sponsor 10k segments for 1k, which could have been easier. My idea, the run's still pretty ridiculous. And we sat in picks, and I remember you were in, but in on the condition we took the fundraising seriously. And I absorbed it, and I was like, okay, I upped the bar on the run, he's upped the bar on the fundraising. Absorbed that. I don't think I was far out the car park when I locked it in. I think I was pretty close to the car park, but I just wanted to give myself, like I do in most meetings at work, I'm like, I'm with you, but give me 5 minutes and I'll say yes. And then it was on.
Listen, everyone, the time will come when all of us say goodbye. Feel that aching in your heart, leaving you broken inside. But we're never really gone, as long as there's a memory in your mind. So now go do the best things in life. Take a bite of this world while you can. Make the most of the rest of your life. Make a ride of this world while you can. Take the ones you love and hold them close, because there is little time. And don't let it break your heart. I know it feels hopeless sometimes, but they're never really gone, as long as there's a memory in your mind. So now go do the best things in
We have been married for, you're testing me now, about 12 years, I think, and we've got 2 kids. Florence, who is 9.5, she would always say, I have to say the half, and Hugo, who is also a half, he's 7.5. We met in Kuwait randomly at a ball at the American Embassy, which sounds flash, but it was actually the only place where you could go out and do anything in Kuwait. So we're at a pause ball, something for animals. Dressed up, Ed was in a tuxedo and I was in a ball dress, which was quite random.
Was it love at first sight?
Yeah, it was.
This is my favourite part. And I wish that you could be the one I die with. And I'm praying you're the one I build my home with. I hope I love you all my life.
What worries me, just that his body is gonna not, I don't know, I think ultra running is just not very good for you, and so it worries me in terms of how his body will cope.
Tell me that I am. Is there any way that I could stand in your
Knowing that he's doing this for such a great cause and that he's got a purpose definitely makes me feel better about it, and also acknowledging that there are a lot of people who don't have the ability to go out and do this. There's people who can't walk, can't leave their beds and are looking at the end of life, whereas Ed is healthy and strong enough to go out and do this and do it willingly, you know, not just because he has to go through something hard, he chooses to go through something hard. I actually think doing this run for him might help. It's such a huge amount of time where you're just on your own running and thinking, and I hope for him this might be where he can connect more with his mum, because I don't think he ever had a chance to grieve because of such a busy family time. And I think he'll think about his mum a lot through this, and I do think ever since she passed away, I think a lot of his running has been coming to terms with that and pushing through hard stuff. Yeah, so I think he'll think about his mum a lot on the run. I hope he feels some peace from that aspect, having a chance to think about his mum and know that he's helping others where she may have had an easier end of life, maybe if she'd, or the family might have, if there'd been hospice there for him. But I also I know he'll be so pleased to have done something for the community and to help raise funds for others.
Well, look, kia ora, it's what, just gone 9:15 in the morning, and we're out at Kahutu, and just at the cafe there, and just seen Ed start on the next leg, and he's on his way to Spooners. Amazingly, still able to say hi and thank you for coming and all those things which actually we all want to say to him. So it's just a great morning, and all thinking about him and hoping that this last leg is one that he stays strong on, which I know he will.
There was going to have to be a forced close down on me, not me closing down. Well, I made this. There was no option. I committed that. I felt like I shouldn't have got into this if I'm willing to quit. All the odds are this run was far beyond my pedigree, but statistically, and if you're a bookie, every dollar would have been on failure, every single dollar. So I just couldn't entertain that, and I wanted to just go right over through that. And so for me, I was like, you might be right, but you won't see me agreeing with you. If I wake up and that's the result, fine, but you won't get that choice from me. So that was my aggression in it.
We were meant to live for so much more. Have we lost ourselves? Somewhere we live inside. Somewhere we live inside. We were meant to live for so much more. Have we lost ourselves? Somewhere we live inside.
My objective for most runs is to come back clear on my priorities. So I know my priorities, but life has a funny way of putting noise in that distracts you. You can set a goal as lofty as you want, and it can be as marketed as you want, but unless it's based on a true motivation, you will fail. So by that I mean, I could have said 210k, I said it's for the hospice and not meant it. I could have just been doing it for myself. The reality is, if I was doing that run for myself, I'd have quit at 100k. Because my motivation was true, I did it. I was done on the run at 100k. I didn't care. I was like, oh well, if people thought I'm a failure, it's fine, I can deal with that. So the only reason I succeeded because it was my motivation was true. You set a goal based on actual motivations that are real, not fake, not that for anyone else. And if you believe in them, if they are true, then they're strong enough to deal with adversity. That's my belief. So if your motivation, if your why is strong enough, then you will respond accordingly. Because when it gets bad and scary, if that is not sure enough, it will break down. There's no way you can pretend. You can't keep pretending. I'm thinking, what matters to me? What are my motivations? What are my mantras? And I didn't for this run, but I usually have them written on my arm. And it might be my kids, Olivia, my wife, my mum, my dad, legacy, what they've achieved for me. It could be something else. For this, it was so glaring I didn't even need to write it, but it was hospice. But if they're bullshit, 100% you fail the races. Irrelevant of my training. Irrelevant. And the good thing is when I'm out there, all those mantras are layered. So this was hospice then, but it compounds this all the other times. So then I'm thinking about my kids, my mum, my dad. I'm proving stuff about myself. I'm thinking about hospice. And I've got valid motivations, valid true motivations that I've identified and are real and aren't for someone else. And then they're basically underpinning the run, and you just got to lean on them. And if they're strong enough, they don't break. And that was kind of the principle of the whole run. And they get tested, and they get tested more and more and more and more. So I believe, a lot of people talk about the why, but if your why is genuine, and when all the doors are shut, it's true, you'll be all right.
We want more than the wars of our fathers, and everything inside screams for second life.
Spooners was really nice going through it. I felt very peaceful in there. I enjoyed that very much. I walked with my hands by my side. I was like, I'm in it. I'm properly in this now. Like, I wanted a scrap and I'm in it. Like, and I knew I was in the deep rounds, and I was quite proud of myself. I was like, I'm in it. I enjoyed walking out of Spooners Tunnel. I remember seeing the drone bang in front of me, and I liked seeing the drone. It reminded me why I was doing this. It's not about me, so that was cool. I meandered down the hill there, and then at the bottom of that was probably the first time when I was looking really ropey, and there was starting to be more public around to see it. I had some photographers close by. Someone I didn't expect to see, Brent Thorley from Sport New Zealand, just genuinely just gave me a hug and told me how proud he was.
Just really wanted to come out and show support for him today, what an amazing human he is, and just to see him at this stage and how well he looks is just inspirational. I'm just seeing someone put themselves to this level of hurt and pain for their community and a great cause, you know, it's just touches your heart, right? It just makes you feel, I don't know, quite insignificant sometimes, yeah? Yeah, so beautiful moment. Yeah.
I was in bits, I was in pieces, covered in silence and concrete. People walked by, no one could hear me, nobody knows what's underneath. Somehow you found me, and now you're patching up the cracks and holes, filling in the gaps with gold. You said you're never giving up on me. I see your fingerprints are on my soul. Fill it in the gaps with gold. You said you're never giving up on me. You build a home. You build a home. You build a home from the pieces of a broken man. You build a home. You build a home. You build a home from the pieces of a broken man. I was pinned down under my feelings. I've been down here since the roof caved in. Crying out loud, kicking and screaming. I'd given up until you walked in. Somehow you found me, and now you're patching up the cracks and holes, filling in the gaps with gold. You said you're never giving up on me. I see your fingerprints are on my soul, filling in the gaps with gold. You said you're never giving up on me. You build a home.
Thanks for your support.
Congratulations.
You build a home.
Shit, thanks, man.
Good effort.
You build a home from the pieces of a broken man.
Well, I wanted to say not answer the questions.
You build a home. You build a home. You build a home from the pieces of a broken man. Patching up the cracks and holes, filling in the gaps with gold. You said you're never giving up on me.
No.
Your fingerprints are on my soul, filling in the gaps with gold. You said you're never giving up.
Thanks, man. I'm going to keep moving.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, buddy. Thanks, mate.
You built me up.
Great, buddy.
You built me
I
up.
better keep moving or I won't.
From the pieces. You said you're never giving up.
There you go, bro. Right, I'm going to keep moving. See you all, thank you. I didn't stay that long, but was incredibly grateful. I knew once I was through Wakefield, I was like, I'm into town now, really, I'm into town. Now I have to achieve Brightwater. And that was the same, and saw quite a few different people, and then it just became incredibly apparent about the numbers. And I remember thinking, I don't think there's been a car that's driven past me for the last 10 minutes that hasn't tooted. And then I started looking up, and there was people at the end of every driveway, and there was just people clapping. And I thought, we've done it. We haven't done the run, but we've come up with an idea, committed to it, and this is happening now. The community are together. I have to do this. I don't know if I can do it, but I'm not tapping. I'm not tapping here.
going all right, mate?
Awesome, Ed. Give me a high five, you go.
Yeah, it's been pretty brief.
We can walk with it, yeah.
Is that okay to walk with you?
Yeah, I'm gonna for a minute, but then I'm gonna probably go silent just because I've got to.
No, we'll go it's incredible seeing Ed. I mean, he's obviously looking like he's going through it at the moment, but geez, he's done an incredible job. What he's doing, the purpose for it, the whole thing is just amazing. Hats off to the guy. So impressed with how he's held up and how he's going. He seems in pretty good spirits now, so 7K to go. Hopefully he can push through and get there with a nice big smile on his face.
Then it was just section by section, 4K section by 4K section, and it was getting very real. We're 2 sections away, you know. And I remember walking at the, kind of into Richmond, and see the flyover, and I was thinking, I need to get to that, I need to get to that. I know my crew will be there, and I got there and they were like, you're going to be ready for this, you know, you need to get changed. And there's people coming out, and it had been unreal. There were just people with us everywhere, and I was still nervous about walking down the road because 2 or 3K seemed a long way, but I had it. I knew I had it, but I wouldn't let myself have it. And I got changed, and I was still scared, but I kind of knew. I knew now it was mine to lose, and just started to think how lucky I was for the day and the community, and I started to get this sense of gratitude and pride, and it was immense. And so left there, set along the deviation, and was joined by a lot of people. And then it was really a mental prep for turning right to Orphanage Creek.
Hey Richard. You are a bloody legend, son. How you feeling? Hey? You've had better days, you've been bloody going.
I'm just trying to have a little rest out of the sun, trying to get my head together. How are you, mate?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Been well up on his head.
They said you. No dancing this week.
We're off anyway this week, bro.
Yeah. Are you dancing as well?
Yeah.
Alright, last.
Nearly there.
Going all right, Ed? Yeah. Just laughed, my brother-in-law.
Hi, how are you?
Richie.
Richie's dancing this year as well.
Oh, right. Oh, nice.
Right. We're going to go?
Nice to see you. Oh, we'll see you at the other end, right?
See you at the other end.
We'll be a while with the speed I'm going, but...
That's right.
Okay.
See ya.
Yeah, no, you're doing well. Just keep it up. Good work.
Thanks. See ya.
Good luck.
Still on there, good stuff. They might be there for a few days. There are going to be people up here.
I haven't done it yet. I've got it today.
You haven't got much to do.
No more lie downs, Ed. You alright, mate?
Thank you so much.
What do you mean?
Better finish and knock the bastard off. Thanks for everything. Right. That was quite hard.
Mm.
I'm not doing that again.
No.
That's hard of you. Hey Sam, how are you? Thanks for Is this way or?
Underpass.
Oh, sorry. Step brakes, don't go down there. Thank you for your lovely signs. Sorry, I can't talk, I'm struggling. Turn this back on.
Yeah.
It's quite annoying, I'm 10 minutes late. Right, how are you, mate? At least I recognised you this time. That was a sketchy time. Give us a hug, mate. Right. You are one official human. Thank you. Have you seen Mandy?
No, I haven't. She wasn't there yet. Is she joining us here?
I don't know. If she is, I need to... If you see me forgetting, because she sponsored, call them to 220.
Come with me.
Hey, Livy. Hey, Fluzzy. Can we kiss?
Take a look and you'll see into your imagination.
He's gonna. Is it all right still?
Right.
Right, yeah. You good? You ready for everyone?
Begin with a spin, traveling in
You'll see some signs Josh has done.
will defy explanation.
Thanks so much. I'm just going to say hi to some people. There you are. Hey again, buddy. How are you? You alright? Nice seeing you again, Tony.
Mate, legend, eh?
Thanks, mate. You alright, Venus?
Hi. Well done.
Thank you.
So proud.
Thank you. How are you? You alright?
Good. Well done.
Thanks. I'm going to finish this, okay?
If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do it.
That was quite
Just
hard.
want to change the world. There's nothing to
And we went the wrong way, so we did an extra 3 because it was 200.
There is no life I know to compare with your imagination.
We'll go through together.
You'll be free if you truly wish to be.
What are you nervous about, honey?
It's the only race I've ever won.
I hope that Ed feels proud of himself and that he realises how much he's done and what a huge feat this is, not just the run, but the fundraising and all the work that him and his team have put in. And yeah, I hope he feels a little bit of peace when that he can tick that huge part off and know that he's done it for a reason and that he's accomplished that.
It wasn't until I saw Ed doing the interview with one of the reporters that was there. And it was kind of just this moment, I'm stood there with the camera and I'm seeing him do this interview, and I spent the entire time on this run watching it through the screen. I didn't see it with my eyes in real life. I've watched the whole thing through my screen. And I was just sitting there, and it was so overwhelmingly inspirational to see all of the determination and sacrifice that Ed invested into this project, and the claps and the cheers and the tears and everybody around coming together. It was so emotional for me to just see magic for real.
I know this is going to sound ironic. I know the 210 kilometers was almost the easy part of this whole thing. This isn't you. This is not you as a person. This isn't someone that enjoys this spotlight and a camera in his face and the publicity this has brought, but you won't know the impact you've had on this community. You will not know the impact you've had on Liv and the kids and your dad and your mum. And I don't think you'll ever know. I hope one day you will just sit back and just be stupidly proud of what you've done, because I am. I know Todd is, I know your whānau is, I know hospice is. But please just allow yourself the opportunity to understand what you've done. You've gone above and beyond anything anyone ever done for dancing for a cause, and just realise that, mate, I'm stupidly proud of what you've done.
I've always been incredibly proud of all he's done, but I guess that I can't even start to think how proud I am of him for doing something which is not just for himself, but also is driven by his want to actually put something back, and to remember his mum, and to realise that there are choices in life, and he's made those choices, and I'm just so proud that I'm his father.
I'm just amazed at what you've achieved. Thank you. And as I've said a number of times, the impact of this is more than the fundraising. It's an engagement and an opportunity for hospice to show what it does and how it does it and the challenges we've got. So on behalf of everybody at the hospice, and in particularly our patients and their whānau, thank you.
We've been through low, been through sunshine, been through snow. All the colours of the weather. We've been through high, every corner of the sky. And still we're holding on together. And you got all my love, whether it rains or pours, I'm all yours. You've got all my love, whether it rains, it remains. You've got all my love. Until I die, let me hold you if you cry. Be my 1, 2, 3 forever. 'Cause you got all my love, whether it rains or pours, I'm all yours. You've got all my love, whether it rains, it remains. You've got all my love.
A song travels further than the singer who sang it. The sound of a church bell's not intended for the ears of the person who rang it. Gosh dang it, you don't see the full picture while you hang it. A song travels further than the singer who sang it. The sound of a church bell's not intended for the ears of the person who rang it. Gosh dang it, the art hits you different depending on how you frame it. This one life doesn't come with a damn manual. We don't write about the plight of every sand granule. It just kinda goes where the water takes it. New life like when the water breaks, when a mother makes it, and out slides something sacred, helpless and naked. There'd be nothing without the love that made it. We're cut from a soft cloth, and from a long list you could get crossed off shortly. Lots of luck required to survive. Love's a luxury, so we're lucky to be alive. We arrive in this world like we woke up after we were dreaming, steady searching for a deeper meaning. But it's not what it is, it's how you interpret. They say it's good luck when you get struck by bird shit. I've heard infinite phrases like those uttered. Glasses both half full and rose-colored, so flustered I blustered many a good old-fashioned cuss word. Speech drunken plus slurred, just preferred now. It's absurd how we make ourselves miserable, drag our lives down from dismal to abysmal. It's pitiful. I'm trying to change while I still can, live the rest of my life happy and fulfilled, man. Come from different angles like a miter saw. Toughness can come from the fighter's fist or from the fighter's jaw. Writer's block doesn't lead to a writer's fall. It just takes you further down a path you ain't never saw. Working harder by putting in no effort at all. I set it off, every thought at my beck and call. I hit a bullseye without a target involved. Range like the feather color palette of the scarlet macaw. Higher the climb, the taller the fall. If you see me at the bottom, I'm probably covered in salt and mud and blood. I free solo and fall often. You don't have to be the freaking offspring of Lori Loughlin to get that upper echelon knowledge. The highest education is raw and unpolished. Walls made, then demolished. Laws made, then abolished. All things made by man are from the hand of a novice. We are very not easily astonished. It must baffle God or aliens or whoever must think it's rather odd how we're always looking down and never looking up. How we think what we've been given isn't good enough. Just one life given to us, but through it all we want to do is rush. A song travels further than the singer who sang it. The sound of a church bell's not intended for the ears of the person who rang it. Gosh dang it, you don't see the full picture while you hang it. A song travels further than the singer who sang it. The sound of a church bell's not intended for the ears of the person who rang it. Gosh dang it, that art hits you different depending on how you frame it.